I'm from Kiribati. I'm from a very little island, and we are surrounded by a very big ocean, which is why marine spatial planning is very important for us, because we really need some management tools to be able to manage our marine resources well. I think this forum is one of the great, I think, initiative to sort of bringing together experts and scientists and, great practitioners and implementers. And I think it's for us, little country islands, is an opportunity to be able to learn and to know other insights and information that it's related to marine spatial planning. MSP is not a new concept back in the island, maybe to us, for those who work very close with the marine and with the fisheries. But to the public, it's quite new to them.
I believe that the marine spatial planning is very crucial for several reasons. It provides a framework for managing the ocean resources sustainably. Marine spatial planning is very important to enhance the ecosystem health, and also identifying the hotspots in biodiversity to manage.
I think that I learned a lot from both the audience and also from some of my fellow speakers today. What I'm understanding from the audience and through the questions is that oftentimes local knowledge and indigenous knowledge are actually used interchangeably, and that a lot of these jurisdictional challenges that we face with trying to incorporate and bring in indigenous people and their knowledge systems into marine spatial planning are also a lot of the same challenges that my fellow MSP practitioners are having, such as jurisdictional challenges or transferring of authority as well, and then also a challenge of funding to really engage them.
So I work with the Environmental Protection Agency of Ghana, and one of our main mandate is protecting the environment. And by so doing, we involve all stakeholders. Collaborating is one of our main functions, and we do that so very well. That we collaborate with all institutions, both government institutions and other NGOs and other donor partners. It was exemplified during the preparation of a pilot project, where one of the objectives was to come up with a spatial plan for 4 coastal districts. We are still making headways with that. Hopefully we should be done with that. Now the project is over. However, the process is not over. It's still being done. So as an agency, we work with other institutions to make sure that conserving the environment, and in this case the marine environment, is one of the key goals that we want to achieve as an agency.
So my background is a marine biologist and planner with the federal government of Canada, but I've currently transitioned out of that role from marine planning with the government to now my own independent consultancy called Blue Futures. And Blue Futures is an environmental management firm where we're trying to reimagine different futures for coastal communities that are facing many challenges within a changing climate and other environmental pressures. So Blue Futures seeks to engage and really find innovative solutions for coastal communities around marine spatial planning, conservation, and also lots of different cultural objectives as well. So kind of those two areas. And then I'm also have been working with the Society Promoting Environmental Conservation, which is one of Vancouver's, or actually one of Canada's oldest nonprofit environmental societies. So there we do a lot of on-the-ground community work, not so much focused always in the marine sector, more broadly environmental conservation, but we've been working with a very distinguished Indigenous elder who has been really enhancing and really leading the edge on ways to bring Indigenous knowledge systems up in the forefront and in the light of so many different sectors, academia, private sectors. Our elder, Dr. Albert Marshall, is getting cited and quoted, given honorary degrees all throughout Canada. So to really to really work with him on this level with SPEC is just such an honor, and I'm so grateful that I was able to bring his Indigenous teachings right here into this forum today. It's meant so much, and I hope that everybody else got a lot out of it as well.
From today's discussion, it was an enlightening process. So from my point of view, these are some of the things I learned from them. It is very necessary to make use of existing data, include everybody in the process, more of an inclusive process, especially the indigenous people, having layers of data also. And then when you're developing the scenarios, you try to do conservation vis-a-vis biodiversity conservation, vis-a-vis economic situation to see which one best means. And then also, I also learned that zonation is very important. You need to zone the areas for specific uses, and most especially having goals and targets for each of the zones and for the documents that are prepared, and in this case, the marine spatial plans for various sections.
Marine spatial planning is also play a vital role in building the resilience to climate change by understanding how different marine activities interact. We can make informed decision on that help to mitigate the impacts of climate change.
I think Climate Smart MSP is not only taking into account climate change, but also how can the oceans and MSP play a role in mitigating. It's not only about like having an adaptive MSP that changes when the weather changes or the sea level rises. It's also which role can the oceans play in conserving our climate and diminishing the effects of climate change.
I think it's a proactive incorporation of climate considerations into marine spatial planning with the objective, of course, to ensure sustainable use of the coastal zone, but having in mind certain those the possible climate impacts and opportunities that related with the future. I think Chile has been very proactive in incorporating climate change as a state policy in the country. And we are making significant progress in both fronts, adaptation and mitigation. And in parallel, we are also making progress in coastal planning and in the incorporation of marine spatial planning principles into coastal management. The ecosystem-based approach, the future-looking approach, and things like that. And the challenge today is basically to increase the synergy between these two lines of work, climate change on one side and coastal management on the other one. But yeah, we are making good progress, I think.
So in Belgium it's a bit difficult because the regions are responsible for coastal defense, but then offshore energy is a federal competence. But we're working really close with the Flemish region, and they are adapting a plan for a 1 meter level sea rise, 2 meter level sea rise, and 3 meter sea rise. Of course they need space to have those adaptive measures, and that's where the MSP comes in. We provide the space and we make the commitment that no activity can take place which would hinder their plans for a climate smart coastal line.
Sustainable blue economy has a rightful place in MSP process because it is a cross-cutting sector. It's about tourism, it's about energy, it's about fishing and so on. So I think it has its rightful place in the next of MSP, and if you would see sustainable blue economy like a tree, I think that the basis, the roots would be the protection of the maritime environment, because you cannot have a sustainable blue economy without a healthy ocean. And MSP would be like the support of the tree which helps him grow and develop. So that's what I would think of blue economy and MSP. Well, we have tried to integrate blue economy, sustainable blue economy in our MSP strategy. Actually, it is the pillar 3 of our strategy. And so we have our 18 objectives that has a small part of sustainable blue economy in it, in each. So that's how we have been implementing it, and that's how our French MSP process works.
In the Indonesia context, in my country, we propose sustainable blue economy in 5 programs. So it's for the protection of the ecosystem, we propose the expansion of marine protected area. And then to decrease the illegal and unregulated and unreported fishing, we propose quota-based fisheries management. And then we also propose sustainable aquaculture. And for the coastal and islands, we implement the marine spatial planning, and then also like adaptation method, and then mitigation method, and also management of blue carbon. So we believe that with this comprehensive program, we can link our MSP with this program of sustainable blue economy in the future. And the last, we need coordination among countries to bolster this, to achieve the healthy ocean in the global, healthy ocean, and also prosperity of the people in the world. In my opinion, the MSP in the future should integrate the best available of data, and then integrate the land and sea impact assessment, and then also involve the climate impact to the ecosystem and so on. So in the future, the analysis of MSP is more comprehensive and can achieve the sustainability of the ecosystem and also support the welfare of the community.
This MSP forum has significantly contributed to our knowledge, especially building capacity from and learning from other different countries' presentation and how they implement the MSP from their various countries, just as Seychelles, Chile, and also Indonesia as well. And I think I'm grateful that I attend this forum, because there are a lot of experts around in the room. I can learn from them, and hopefully I can incorporate them to my research that I'm currently doing on marine spatial planning, and hopefully it will help to implement our marine spatial planning in Tonga.